Hey everyone, it's Frankie-Lou. I'm coming to you today from the Grow Together kitchen, or really where I do half my planting, just to show you some progress that we've had with some onion experiments. There's always an experiment going on here, and I was pretty excited about this one. Okay, so I've decided that I'm growing my onions from seed this year. Now, these were started inside. These were not started outside with milk jugs. Maybe I'll experiment a little with that next year. I started these on January 30th, okay? So what I did is I have two different varieties of onions here. I've got Red Wing and Walla Walla, okay? Because those are both two varieties of onions that I enjoy. What I wanted to show you though is I've used two different repurposed, upcycled containers, because I'm all about that as well, for growing my onions. This is what a lot of people are traditionally using, and it's great. It is great. I've got good growth, as you can see here. This is the good old clamshell strawberries, berries that you get in the grocery store. I put a little bit of soil in and did my onion sprinkle on top, and as you can see, nice good growth. Now, at the same time, so I did two varieties that week, Red Wing and Walla Walla. At the same time, I also planted some in milk jugs, placed under the same lights and everything as well. Now, it might seem to you that I'm a bit obsessed with milk jugs. And it's good that you think that, because I really am. I'm just amazed at the propagation and the humidity capture that this does while still allowing enough light through to get good growth. So today is trimming day. That's one of the things you need to do in order to get better root growth, and so these don't get too big before we move them into the garden. So they'll probably be trimmed 2 to 3 times before it's time to move them into the garden. These were planted on the same day, same variety, placed under the same lights. It's a controlled experiment, right? The only thing that's different is that one is done in clamshells, one is done in milk jugs. The milk jugs have holes. If you haven't seen the milk jug planting videos, it explains there how to prepare milk jugs for either placing outside in the snow or under lights, as I did in this case. But I just want to show you the growth I got out of here compared to here. The other thing that's been wonderful with planting them in these is the watering. These were watered probably twice a week in order not to dry out. These were watered once. The other thing that's quite remarkable is kind of hard to see, but I have amazing root growth with these. I got pretty good root growth with this, but the root growth in here is better. That's probably going to be helpful, I'm assuming. So let me just, my big reveal, I haven't even opened these myself, so I'm kind of excited. It's like Christmas. That's another reason I love milk jug planting. It's like Christmas. Okay, check this out. It's much longer. It's not as bright green, okay, because it is a diffuse light, but onions don't traditionally need a ton of light, and I know that once these are out in the garden, they're going to green up right away. What I'm working on right now is more of the root growth. Okay, so look at that. A lot taller and less work. I'm all about less work when saving work when I can. So this one is the Red Wing, and that's the Walla Wallas. Okay, so this is the Walla Walla in the milk jug. This is the Walla Walla in the clamshell. Yay! Look at that, tons and tons, and that's the same amount of time. I probably should have trimmed these a little while ago, but I was using these ones as the ones that were in the clamshell as my guide. So now, one of the things I want to do also, if you look at the comparison of the thickness of the plant, like the stems, you can see, I don't know if you can tell there, but these are thicker, which is something. These are greener, no denying it, but these are thicker. And these, as soon as there's any light on them, will go greener. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to trim these down. Please don't throw this away. This is delicious, right? This is like yummy, yummy, yummy little greens from, your onions. So, and there's a lot here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna whiz this up with some oil in my food processor, pop it into ice cube trays, and freeze it so they can put it into soups and wherever I want a flavor pop that's really, really pungent and yummy and oniony, fresh. I can use this. I can also mix a little of that basil, some basil here that I did some from propagating earlier, and get some nice, so don't throw this out. A lot of people, I see them trim and then they just compost it. I'm like, no, that's deliciousness, right? Onion microgreens, what are you thinking? So I'm gonna trim these. I'm taking it down quite a bit, but it is going to respond. It's gonna get, they're gonna get thicker. They're gonna keep growing better. So that's where I trimmed it down to. And I'll do all that with this here. Smells, oh, too bad we don't have smell-o-vision here. And like I said, I only had to water these once. So technically, if I had my lights on timers, I could go like away, you know, and not have to worry about the stuff that I had in milk jugs during the winter under lights. Like I don't have to worry about the ones that I have outside. So that's kind of fun. Not having to always nurse your seedlings, as I know I have been burnt by going away and leaving things, you know, for a weekend and leaving seedlings with friends and come back to a lot of sadness and dead plants. I don't have to worry about that with the milk jug stuff. I'll probably have to do another trim in another few weeks, maybe even one more before it's time to put these out in the garden. I don't want to do that until frosts are over. And there we go. It smells wonderful. I got lots of great plants. I will continue to work with both sets, but if you haven't tried planting onion from seed, it's more rewarding, obviously, than using the sets. I'm going to have hundreds and hundreds of onions here. Seed sets are, onion seed sets are very inexpensive. I know I'm going to get better growth from these because sets have been put in stasis, right? Basically, they pulled them at a point where they're just starting to round out before you put them in the garden. An onion is a biennial, and I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, and it likes to go to flower in its second season, and sometimes those sets think that they're going to flower. So this way, there's less likely for that to happen. So anyways, I hope you give it a try. If you're already growing onions from seeds, I hope you'll try this milk jug method because boy oh boy, way less work. And I'm getting a nice crop here, I can tell that. And if you haven't tried growing onions from seed, I'm loving it. I can't believe, I'm very, very excited about onions that I'm gonna have this year. And I will keep you guys posted on how they look. I'll show you later on in the season, hopefully tons and tons of onions. If you have any questions about this or any of the other things that we do here at the Grow Together Homestead, please do let us know in the comments. And we've got lots of fun stuff coming up because it's starting to ramp up season, get stuff out there, get it ready to go. And yeah, I hope you'll take this chance to grow together today. Bye-bye.